Let's play one of the most unpredictable game modes in BTD 6, and that is Apopalypse. So let's hit start, let's see what we get. I'm going to start with Solid. We're playing on balance, by the way, but the catch is that we're going up to round 100. I think that there's an achievement for this thing. We're not going achievement hunting. I think I already have that one, but I thought this would be a really fun thing to try out, especially because Apopalypse round 100 is just a gamble. You don't know what's going to be coming out, guys. You know how this game mode works, and if you don't, let me just give you a brief rundown. So you don't get end of round cash. That's very important because, well, the rounds just never stop. Like it's continuously one round, and even though the number goes up, you guys see that? It just switched from 5 to 6. And it switched from 5 to 6 because the balloons from round 5 that were supposed to come out, they just came out. All of the balloons that you see can come out a lot earlier than you see them in these normal, like this for example. So this is a whole RNG mode by itself. That's about it. That's what Apopalypse is. It's just pure RNG. And we just saw yellow balloons in round 8. And the earliest that you can see a yellow balloon in normal gameplay is 11. And this goes for other ones, like for example, like ceramics in 33 or something like that. I think you can have like a full Camo 45 regrow ceramic appear on round 33, which is just insane when you think about it, because you're not even making that much money. So the way that these Apopalypse seeds work is that if I hit restart like this, I think that I'm going to be playing the exact same seeds. So for example, we saw yellows in round 8 and we're going to see yellows again. It's going to be basically the exact same rounds, but if I lose, like let's say round 13, I hit home and I reload another game, then that's going to be a different seed. I'm pretty sure that's how Apopalypse mode works. Purples around 15. The earliest you see these guys is, by the way, around 25 in a normal gameplay. Yep, just throwing that out there. You have blue balloons, and these blue balloons they kind of throw you off because you're like, okay, I can beat blue balloons, that's fine. And then you have like pinks and purples and white balloons coming out around 16 or something like that beneath them, which is insane. When you start seeing Moab class balloons, they never stop. They just keep coming out. It's not like these normal rounds which are kind of balanced. You know, you can see some. Let's. Oh my god! I think I'm gonna have to wait. By the way, because I see some LEDs up there. So let's use the ability now. And we are getting LED balloons. That's insane. No, that's way too early. I think I need to get an alchemist actually for these LED balloons. So let's go like this. I almost messed things up, by the way, by buying this farm. So let's get an alchemist like that. He also has a little bit of pierce. Now let's think about what we want to do for this one. Let me get the last one, by the way. This is going to be a second marketplace. And I'm going to chill for a second. We need to think about defenses because I see a regrow rainbow. Okay, I'm probably going to need to use the... actually, not. I'm not going to use the ability. I mean, there's one more farming thing that we can upgrade, and that's the acid pulls into... Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm sorry. I have to do this. It's stronger than me, guys. I know what to say. Let's get the lead to gold, and then if we can afford the rubber to gold, then that's ceramic. He's also dealing with... I'm so glad that I'm playing this snap. I'm going to use the ability, by the way, but... No, my god. Another ceramic, then we're done for. So let's... Do I click this button? I'm going to click it. Okay, that's it. That's literally it. Not clicking anything else. I'm going to get DMD, actually, so we can get some buffs going on Adora. Did I say Adora? I meant Sada. Not Adora. Maybe we should get... I might have been playing a little bit too much Sada. Maybe I should try and get Adora in a game or two. I think I said this, but as soon as these guys start coming out, they are not stopping. So around 42, I think it was the first round that we saw this Moab, and then it's just going to get crazier from there. So let's just have this thing like this. Are we defending them, by the way? 45? It's 46. How are you saying they're 45 Moab? And Camel Leds? Okay, let's use the ability. This is going to be enough. We're not dealing with these guys, I don't think. Unless Sana pulls him off a miracle, which she does for some reason. Wow, okay. I'm going to take that. Let's get the more glaives. And yes, we're dealing with the small Moabs, it seems like. But look at this thing. It's round 50 and there's like 6 Moabs on screen. 7 Moabs on screen. 8 Moabs on screen. 9 Moabs round 50. I mean, the good thing about this is that they're making a lot of money because the cash per pop is still not reduced as much. So I guess that's kind of a bright spot, but come on, dude. And then look at what's happening with these next rounds. Like, we're chilling. Around 54, 55, nothing happening so far, at least. Let me not jinx it because we can have BFBs appear, I think, now. And then starting from round 56, I think we can see a 45 BFB if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe that was even like 54, I think. But we do have the money for the glaive vote, so let me buy this thing, and now we're going to start the blender. And the actual game mode is going to end in a second, but we're going to hit free play. Let's see how far we can take this thing. I mean, we're probably going to beat around 100 because we do have like 3 farms, which are not the best farms, but we do have some farming going for us. Do we perma-root these guys? I mean, they can't see camo, so that's kind of a little bit of an issue. So maybe we do an alchemist here. The alchemist can't reach all of them, by the way, unless it's a perma-brew. So let's actually work towards getting a perma-brew here, and then maybe I upgrade this thing like this, get another farm going, and then I want to do, you know what, maybe we should do this up to around 140, honestly, because I don't want to say that we're doing fine, because we're actually, I don't know what's going to happen, what the game's going to throw at us, but I don't think we're doing too bad. So maybe let's try and take this thing to 140, why not? Let's just farm a bunch of towers to see how far the blender is going to go. We seem to be dealing with these guys, honestly. Sada was the MVP so far for this run because she allowed us to get these farms going towards the side. And then after we got the boomerang, things kind of started looking a lot better, I feel like. But also the attack is... Oh, I was going to say the attack has a lot of pops, but I feel like it doesn't have that many pops. It's at 18,000 at least in comparison to the boomer. Well, this is a tier 5, but I think the issue is that this thing just cannot deal with Moab class balloons. And so, and everything the game's been throwing at us is just Moab class balloons and nothing else. So yeah, that might be a little bit of an issue. Oh, that's a DDT around 80. Okay, I didn't know DDTs can come out on 80. What's happening? I thought it was like at least in the 90s. What? Okay, we need to get going on this thing as soon as possible. Let me get the Inferno Ring. I'm going to switch this thing to Strong. The mirror has passive camo. And also, the Reactor. I mean, the Reactor is just revealing them, right? So we're probably fine on that end. But yeah, you guys can see how things are starting to actually become a little bit more difficult now. So how are we doing versus these DDTs? So the meteor can one-shot them as long as they're normal ones, because we went for the millipede. But if we have a 45 DDT, then the meteor is not one-shotting them. So that's very important to know. Okay, so let's just think about how we want to spend our money so that we can beat rounds 140. So as soon as round 100 ends, I think that's the point at which these rounds you get in Apopalypse mode, they stop being auto-generated. So they're not going to be auto-generated. I think that we're going to be playing just the normal rounds. Oh my god, what's happening? Do we have this? I think we do. Yeah, it's very good. I mean, it's a good idea we got this thing, the Inferno Ring, because that thing demolishes these ceramics. Am I missing something? Weren't you able to fit like small towers over here, like instead of the middle? Yeah, there we go. That's the spot. So maybe can you fit a medium footprint? Yes. Because I wanted to buy an Archmage. Actually, that's why I was trying to fit that tower over there. I think the Archmage is going to be nice with the Permabrew. I'm just kind of trying to think what's some tower that works well with the Permabrew. So the Archmage is one of those for sure. And then let's get another one on the other side, and then all these 5 guys are going to get Permaroot, and I think that's going to be more than enough defense. We can also sell the farms, which I should probably do kind of now, I think, so we get the money as soon as possible. So let's get the Archmage going. We have 50k, and this is going to be more than enough to beat 100 rounds, which is honestly not that difficult. Maybe it was the map that I chose. Maybe it was a little bit of interesting RNG at the start, and the Sada helped out a lot for sure. So Sada is a great hero for Apopalypse, yeah, that's for sure. If you were in my spot, what would you buy? Like, there's another tower that you can have right here next to the Alchemist, and you need to decide what it is. What's the tower going to be? Do we buy some strategic towers? Like maybe we slow them with an Icicle and Bear or something like that? I'm gonna get the Permacharge. Do we go bottom path for this thing? I mean, the Pierce is obviously better. Plus we have the Permabrew. Yeah, I think we're just gonna go for the top path in this one. This is round 99. So after this one, we're gonna see a Bad Bloon. And after that, we have to just kind of buy some support towers, honestly, so that we don't mess it up and we don't buy just these useless towers eventually. So this is round 100. And I feel like after this Bad Bloon, round 100 in Apopalypse mode is always a bad. And so as soon as this thing pops, we are going to... Oh my god, look at these balloons coming out. That's not even round 100 that we're seeing here. So let me use the ability. Oh my god, what is happening? 203 Village. I think I have the gold board on these ones, but that's a nice one. It's a tier 3 insta. That's a good one. Oh wow, wait a minute. Are we even gonna make it to 140? What? What? These guys are making it into the middle. Okay, let's get serious actually about these things. So let me get 2 Sabos. And let's also... What do we want to get? I mean, I want to get this... I want to get like Relentless Glue, I feel like. Let's get a Relentless Glue. Go like this. Oh my god. I mean, get another one on this side as well. What is happening? Why are these guys making it so far? I mean, look at the towers that we have. We have like a bunch of 50ers and they're still making it into the middle. Yeah, so what's happening? I think this is 106, right? Are these rounds randomly generated? Am I having that wrong? I thought that these rounds were not supposed to be randomly generated, I feel like. And so... But at the same time, 106 was supposed to be a different round. What is happening? Did they change up Apopalypse, or was I just wrong about how this thing works? Because these rounds, they don't seem to be... I don't recognize any of these rounds. That's what I'm trying to say. I know, I might be wrong about that one. Let me use the Permacharge ability. Yeah, okay, so I see a Bad Bloon which appeared around 111 and just changed to 112. And what this tells me is that these rounds are also randomly generated, or at least there's a small aspect of them being randomly generated. Because the next Bad Bloon that you see is not a 111, it's actually a 119. It's 3 of them. So, oh yeah, look at this thing. Okay, this is gonna be a lot harder than I thought. Oh my god, is 140 even happening? I don't think it is. If we keep it going like this, I mean, maybe like 120 would be a good achievement. We have a lot of money, by the way. We have $50,000, so maybe we could do something about that one. I feel like the Glaive is not doing that much work nowadays, is he? Let me use the Sabo. Let's just keep using the permacharge ability, which by the way gives this thing camo detection. We know they have the sub to decamo stuff, but it also, if you're playing with Monkey Knowledge, you use the ability and it gets camo detection. So that's very nice. Oh my god, look at this mess. It's round 116. I did not expect this thing to be happening. Let's use the permacharge. Is this thing doing the most amount of damage? Let me just check something else. Like the Inferno rank is doing well. This thing is the Clavoid is. I don't know. Everyone's doing a lot of damage. Everyone's permabrute. Let me just check the Wizard. The Wizard seems to be doing well as well. Is Sada the one slacking? Are we getting rid of Sada? I don't think so. I don't want to get rid of Sada. I think she's doing well. Is she? Let me just check the pops. Oh, Sada might be slacking. I think her time is up actually. Maybe we need to get rid of Sada and play something else for $70,000. What's the thing that we have? Let's use the permacharge. Things are getting a lot. This is a huge mess that's happening in the middle currently. Okay, we need to find a solution for these guys as soon as possible. And I was thinking of getting this thing, a Dartling. So this Dartling is actually going to be a mad, but I'm going to get the bottom pad because we need the pierce. That's what the powerful darts gives. It gives you extra pierce. It's going to get permabrute, which is not the accomplishment for this tower. It's not that good, but I feel like we're going to need to get rid of these guys. So maybe the mat behind the permabrute is going to be nice. It's going to be targeting the middle so we don't have to micro it. It's round 122. Look at this mess. We've beaten so many bad balloons so far. It's actually crazy. Like, we should have only had 4 bad balloons in total up until this point, I feel like. And there's going to be like a 45 one around 140. Let's use the... what did I use? I'll use the wrong one. Let's use the Mad ability, which also stuns a little bit, which is very nice because we're playing with Monkey Knowledge. And let's use this thing. I enjoy this. Even though we have a lot of towers, we're kind of winning, but I'm not sure what's going to be happening. But I'm really enjoying this because we're taking a break from playing Chimps mode, and that's kind of... it's kind of refreshing to be able to use the Monkey Knowledge and stuff like that. Actually, you know what? Look at this man's placement. Can I feel the village over here? Oh, yes, I can. I was thinking of just letting it get some extra attack speed by doing this. This also affects the ability, which is nice. And then, is there any way that we can afford the call to arms? Maybe. I don't know. We're not making that much money. I mean, it's a lot of balloons, but let's just check the amount of money that we have. So we have $9,000. And as soon as I'm going to use the abilities, and as soon as we pop all of these guys, that was a bunch of ZOMGs. How much money are we going to end up with? 10,000, 10,500. Yeah, we're not making any money. This is going to be very hard to afford. Let me use the Sabo. I'm so glad about the Sabos, by the way. I was going to say, do we think about selling the Sabos? But the answer is probably no, right? Oh my god, this is so many balloons. You don't get these many balloons. These rounds are so, they look like they're not rounds that you typically see, right? Because they still seem to be randomly generated. So that makes it so much more interesting because it's just things coming at you. These aren't like bland rounds or anything like that. It's just stuff getting thrown at you, and then if you can defend it, that's gonna be good. So 140 is still on the table. It seems like I was kind of having my doubts. I'm gonna be honest. So let me just use this ability. I didn't think that we were... I was having my doubts about whether or not we're gonna be able to do this, but we seem to be still holding on. So let me use... I'm gonna use the permacharge as well because things seem to be getting a little bit dicey towards the middle. And then how much is this? This is 20,000. Okay, so this is medium prices. That's very good. And now this should allow us to, especially if we use the ability correctly, this should allow us to get to 140, right? So let me use the Mad ability. Oh no, that's a huge mess. I don't even know what's happening. I'm going to use the Sabo, Call to Arms now. That's a huge mess. I don't even know what's happening in the middle. You can't even see. And they seem to have... yes, they seem to have cleared everything out. Maybe we should combine the Call to Arms with some other abilities, like the Mad one. That should be a good idea. And also the Permacharge. Oh, yeah, the Permacharge ability as well. Look at these UMGs. It's just not stopping, is it? It's just sending you UMGs. That's just how this thing works. That's a lot of them, by the way. Let's use all abilities combined, I feel like. No, actually, let's just use the Mad plus the Call to Arms. We're gonna get enough damage, and then I want to save the permacharge. It's not like the permacharge is doing that many things in these later rounds, but I feel like I still want to maybe save it. Oh, that's a lot of balloons. Okay, let's use the Sabo. Let's use the permacharge now. I think I'm going to use Sada's ability and then another Sabo coming in a second, but I'm watching here towards the bottom. So when this one expires, I'm going to use the next one. Are we even doing this? Guys, how is it looking? How is this thing looking? It's not looking good. Is it 136? We're almost there. Okay, let's use the Mad ability. I do want to save the Call to Arms. I know that it's a huge mess, but I feel like we still might be able to get away with this thing. There are a lot of balloons, but not many of them are in the middle. They're all on the sides, so we still haven't started dealing damage to them. And it might be time for the Call to Arms. Yep, they're starting to come into the middle. So let's get the Call to Arms, get the permacharge ability as well. These guys should wipe everything. Yes, that's a little bit of breathing room. Okay, so let's use the Sabo. We are 3 rounds off. So 138, 139, then 140. So at 141, we're going to declare this challenge complete. Okay, let's use the permacharge. And it's still 138. So let me use Solid's ability. That thing does a little bit of damage while it's on the field as well. And I think that we wiped everything. Yes, there we go, 139. Okay, 2 more rounds. These randomly generated rounds, they have to stop coming out to a certain point. I mean, it's not random forever, right? I guess it's going to be after round 40 if I had to guess. Okay, almost there. Let me use the call to arms. Let's use the that's a lot of balloons. Oh my god, let me see what's happening. That's a lot. I'm gonna use the Sabo as well, and hopefully we can clean up. I can kind of start seeing my towers now a little bit. 140, one more round. We need to beat this one. This is the last one that we have to beat, and that's game over. So let me use Solid's ability. Let me slow everything down. This is it. Oh, 141. We beat it. We did it. Yes, very good. And no more balloons are coming out. It seems like no, they're gonna start coming out in a second. But let's just beat these 2 bad balloons. So we're gonna declare this challenge complete. So let's use Solid's ability. The perma charge on. We have the call to arms. So let's end it with all these abilities. And as soon as these guys pop in the middle, then yes, there we go. So that was a successful challenge, which was the most fun out of this challenge came onto these late game rounds, because I didn't know what was going to be happening. So that was a huge amount of balloons. I thought that these rounds would be a preset, but they're not. They seem to be randomly generated. But yeah, we did round 140. That was actually a very fun one and a very nice escape from the chimp runs that we've been doing so far. But we are going to be going back to them. I have a very, very interesting one lined up for tomorrow, I think. But for now, that's going to be it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching this one. It was a nice little escape from these chimp runs. And I'm going to see you guys for the next one, which is going to be really soon.